Page 1. Hello everyone and welcome to this week's devotions. It's the start of a new year, and with the start of a new year comes new opportunities, new seasons, but most importantly, new mercies. And as many of us reflect on 2024, we may be reminded or discouraged of the mistakes, the regrets, the shortcomings of the past year. But our encouragement for you this week is that you can look forward to 2025 and be expectant for God to lavish you with His loving kindness and His tender mercies. In Psalms 103 verse 1 to 4 it says, "Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me. Bless His holy name. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all His benefits, who forgives all your iniquities, who heals all your diseases, who redeems your life from destruction, who crowns you with loving kindness and tender mercies." It's His mercy and His loving kindness that redeems us from the mistakes and the shortcomings of the past. And throughout this week, we are going to journey through some scriptures, through some stories and examples in the Word of where God redeemed the stories of those that we read about. And today I'm going to share a little bit about Peter, and I encourage you to study this more in depth in your personal devotional time. But Peter, as many of us know, is quite a prominent image or example of shortcomings. When it comes to Peter, he was the most confident one when it came to Jesus. When Jesus wanted to wash the disciples' feet, Peter said, "No, Lord, how can you wash our feet? We are meant to wash your feet." And also at the Last Supper, when Jesus said that all the disciples would neglect and leave Him and scatter abroad, Peter was the first to say, "No, Lord, I will never leave you. I will always be here for you." And Jesus called him out and said, "Before the rooster crows, you will deny me 3 times. And just as Jesus had said, Peter did that. He denied Him 3 times. And many of us find ourselves in that same situation. We said one thing and ended up doing the complete opposite. "Lord, I'm going to read 10 chapters a day of my Bible. And Lord, I'm going to go to church more often. And I'm going to tithe more. I'm going to give more." And what can often happen is that we can end up feeling more condemned. We can feel like we've missed it. And it can actually cause us to run from Jesus. We can feel so bad about ourselves that we flee and we hide from His presence. And that's exactly what happened with Peter. After denying Jesus 3 times, he ran back to his old life, the life of a fisherman. And the powerful part about the story is that Jesus never abandoned him or left him or neglected him. We know that Jesus knew what He was going to do through Peter, and He never gave up on that. And after Jesus' resurrection, we find that He was waiting for Peter at the shoreline. And though Peter denied Him 3 times, Jesus was going to redeem him 3 times. In John 21, verse 15 to 17, it says, "So when they had eaten breakfast, Jesus said to Simon Peter, 'Simon, son of Jonah, do you love me more than these?' And he said to him, 'Yes, Lord, you know that I love you.' Jesus said to him, 'Feed my lambs.' He said to him again a second time, 'Simon, son of Jonah, do you love me?' And Peter said, 'Yes, Lord, you know that I love you.' Jesus responds, 'Tend my sheep.' He said to him a third time, 'Simon, son of Jonah, do you love me?' And Peter was grieved because he said to him a third time, 'Do you love me?' And he said to him, 'Lord, you know all things. You know that I love you.' And finally, Jesus said to him, 'Feed my sheep.' What's so powerful about this verse is that Peter ended up doing those 3 things. He was the one who ministered at Pentecost and saw the transformation of 3,000 lives to the gospel. He was a part of the apostles who ignited the kingdom of God here on earth and the gospel of peace. And what we can learn from the story is that though we may deny, though we may miss it, though we make mistakes, we can believe that the word, love, and mercy of God is more powerful than that denial. And that He desires to redeem and restore our stories, that we might glorify Him and be powerful ministers of the gospel. That we would be revived and our stories rewritten, just like page 1, that we might go and ignite others as well. Know today and believe today that the love of God can overthrow any condemnation that you may be feeling. And always remember that you are highly favored and deeply loved of God.